Good morning. Welcome to My Left Ear. I'm Carrie Freeman. It's Friday, February 26th, and this site is for entertainment purposes only. And this site leans towards Democrats, progressives, independents. So if you are a fan of Donald Trump, you will not like this site. It will frustrate you. And I would move on. I wish you well. What do? I do psychic coaching and therapeutic hypnosis. I've been doing therapeutic hypnosis for like 18 years. And if anybody's interested in the psychic coaching, I have a one sheet that I email people. And I'm also a coach for writers because I've written a couple of books. And I call myself a change agent. I've been doing this YouTube channel, My Left Ear, since October 3rd. And I want to thank you for your subscriptions. I had a really cool thing happen this morning. If anybody wants to reach me by email, it is carriesleftear@gmail.com. So I like to start this now with the deep breath. I need a deep breath. Maybe you need a deep breath. It's a good thing. It's a good reminder. First off, want to thank Diane from Diane's Tarot. She invited me to share the screen with her yesterday morning, and we went over a lot of political things. She did tarot, of course, and I did my runes, and we answered people's questions. We had a lot of fun, but there was a lot of synchronicity that was really fun, that her tarot and my runes kept aligning with the same answers. So that might be up today. I haven't checked, but it was a lot of fun, and I want to thank Diane's Tarot. Really good evidence this morning, so much fun. And if you are new and you do not know what I'm talking about when I say good evidence, video number 13, watch it. I think you'll enjoy it. It's fun. It's not political. But anyway, I didn't mention this on YouTube, but I had thought, wouldn't it be nice if I got 4,000 subscribers by March 3rd, because March 3rd is my 5th anniversary on YouTube. And early this morning, I'm not looking every day. I'm like, it's not, I want to grow it, but I'm not like, I don't have OCD about it. I just trust the universe. So this morning I looked, and it was like 3,999 or something like that. And then when I got dressed and ready to go, 4,000. I hit 4,000 this morning. So it's just fun. It's what I wanted to manifest. And people that are new, I like to say that I use the phrase, wouldn't it be nice, as a way to manifest. It's like a light, open-hearted way of receiving and stating what you would like. And it's really worked for me for years. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? All right, so here we go. I've got a lot to share with you. I'm looking at my notes here. All right, Biden is the first one. And why did I call this video The Long Game? I'll tell you why. I'm going to go back to a story when Joe Biden was running for president, and there was a point at which it didn't look good for him. He was considered struggling and, like the long shot. And he did go on The View. He was a guest on The View with Jill Biden. And I watched it. And Joy Behar asked him something that we all wondered. What do you think of Lindsey Graham? Like he's gone nuts. What do you think of him? Why don't you speak out? He says terrible things. And Joe said, and remember, this was at a low point in his campaign. He said, listen, I may have to work with Lindsey Graham one day and reach across the aisle. I don't think it's a good idea. And I remember thinking, my goodness, that is so classy. That is so wise. He turned out to be correct, because I think within 2 weeks he had that spike in Carolina that he just never looked back. It just kind of took over the campaign. Now I want to, along those same lines, and in terms of predictions, my left ear, he's not gonna, he could, like, overthrow the Senate and get his COVID passed. And he's not going to do it for the same reason. He doesn't want to alienate people that he needs to work with and establish stronger relationships with, better communication. And so the Senate is, they don't want this $15 wage increase. Days ago, when I wasn't making a video, I wrote down that it wouldn't go through right now. So as of today, it doesn't look like it's going to go through. But I believe down the road, and not in the too distant future, there will be an increase, and Joe Biden may have to compromise a little bit. So he's working the long game because he's so smart, and he's not making enemies. Now my left ear, now we're going into my left ear stuff. My left ear believes your $1,400 stimulus is coming. What do I think? I think 4 to 7 weeks, okay? 4 to 7 weeks. 3 out of 4 Americans approve this COVID relief package. That's remarkable. It's in the 70%. One wonders, one wonders, why would the pubs vote it down and risk alienating their own constituents? Because clearly some of these people that approve are Republicans. So according to MLE, we are having to postpone the minimum wage. That's what it looks like right now, but it's not gone. And the Biden administration is very determined about getting that passed. Now we're going to go straight into my left ear, like really straight into my left ear. I made a whole laundry list, and they're pretty bullet pointed. I'm not going to go off on any one issue and do a long monologue, because I know I haven't been on in about 6 days, so trying to catch up a little bit. My left ear, the Capitol. There are these threats. We do not feel that any harm is going to come to the Capitol building, okay? I know the threats are there. There may be planning going on. They're not going to be successful. And I'm not worried. It's a very strong my left ear, okay? Moving on. Ted Cruz's career in politics is over. He's going to play this out. He's a guy who would never resign. I mean, never resign. His ego, his tone deafness is just too extreme. I just read something on Twitter by a woman who went to some kind of senior prom or in college because nobody would go with Ted. And she said even in college, people didn't like him. So this is Ted. It's amazing that he won, but he won in Texas, okay? And sometimes the judgment with Texans is not so good. However, Texas is going to go blue. And my left ear tells me that Beto's going to run for governor and he's going to win. If Beto decided to run for Senate again, he would win. But she thinks it's governor. That would be fantastic. And you know what's really wonderful about, well, I guess I don't want to say the wonderful, because Texas has suffered so immeasurably in the last week. It's hard to connect, imagine, fathom freezing to death, or that your children froze. There aren't even the right words for this, but I want to say this. AOC rushed to Texas, and I believe the figure is she raised $4 to $5 million. Texas has not liked AOC. AOC did an unbelievable humanitarian thing, and she demonstrated complete humanity and bipartisanship. They will never forget her. They will never forget her. And Beto stepped in as if he was governor, as if he was the senator. And he simply demonstrated that Ted Cruz said, well, there's nothing for me to do. We know that's bogus. I mean, I have some swear words, but I'm not going to do it. We know it was bogus. And Beto simply showed up, and he called, God, I don't know, thousands of senior citizens that did wellness checks, all kinds of stuff. And then, of course, we have Chef Andre, who brings food in. Chef Andre is like the closest thing to a deity as I can think of. He feeds people all over the world. He's an amazing man. All right, so I covered Ted. Now, I do want to say something about Ted. There are these investigations that are going to happen that are going to be legal investigations about who on the Senate, who on the House may have been involved in the insurrection, helped, texted, helped plan. And those people, and my left ear believes Ted is going to get caught up in that. And so he won't complete his Senate duties. He won't complete, but it could take a while, okay? But he's going to get nabbed, and there's a number of people that are going to get nabbed. Ted Cruz is at a minus approval rating. You got to do a lot of nothing and nasty to be at a minus. And Mitch McConnell is at a 17% approval rating. Biden is at 58. Kamala is at 52. MLE is suggesting to me that Liz Cheney may run for president in 2024. There's a possibility of that. Let's keep an eye on that, okay? For 2 seconds, there was it was a rumor. I think it was more than a rumor. Perdue put in for running for Senate again, if you can believe it, and that would be in Georgia. He lost to Reverend Warnock, one of the two in Georgia who's playing the stock market, but he withdrew. I think he may have, or his handlers may have seen the uproar about that, and he withdrew. So before he withdrew, my left ear said, no way this guy is going to run or win, in Georgia again. Texas, I did say it. Did I say it? Texas is going to turn blue. Maybe not by a big margin, but finally it's going to go, because this storm, this freezing, did it. It did it. Pushed it over the edge. It's very, very sad that we have to learn some lessons through tremendous loss and suffering. It's very sad. Onward. Nera Tandem is, I think she finished her Senate questioning for confirmation to be in the cabinet, and it's not been pretty. She worked Hillary's campaign, and she is considered to be super bright, super worker. She has an edge. I don't mean to sound sexist. She just does. I mean, I admire her, but when I used to watch her on MSNBC and she was like so damn smart, I just recognized she has an edge. She's getting payback because she tweeted a lot of things that I have tweeted and that weren't nice. None of them were as bad as the president of the former guy. She erased them, and she has apologized sincerely, but the pubs are acting out, and Joe Manchin is a biggie. Joe Manchin's daughter is part of a group of executives that is evidently, allegedly responsible for hiking the cost of EpiPens, which created a lot of hardship for people that need EpiPens. So Nera criticized Manchin's daughter, and he's voting against her. And I I bet he's getting phone calls, but I don't think he's going to change. And but we know that the Biden administration is determined to have her in the administration. So that will happen. She's not out. They like her. And from everything that I read and can tell, like all of Biden's nominations, she's spot on for it, but she probably won't get confirmed. And I am disappointed. Lindsey, for a minute here, sorry, Lindsey, he's pushing for the former guy to lead the GOP. And the former guy hasn't been seen in a really long time. My left ear does not think for a minute that the former guy is going to be in any physical or mental condition to do what everybody's talking about. Mark Meadows put out a video that was really disgusting and obnoxious yesterday, and he was saying, we're going to be back, and there's going to be a lot of people in that cabinet with the last name Trump. And it was sort of a terrorizing sort of video by Mark Meadows. But what it told me is that they are scared. They're punching like they're inside a paper bag, and they're punching to get out of the paper bag. So that was a bullying technique. And I also, my left ear, does not think it came from Mark Meadows. He was willing to be the messenger, but it was so clear to me while I was watching him that he had almost been given a script to say the things he said. He was fulfilling something either for Putin or for the former guy, because the former guy is using people to be his mouthpiece. That's what's going on. He's telling them what to say, and they're going out and saying it. The SDNY, who just got a hold of the taxes of the former guy. I really like the former guy. That's like the best title so far. And the former guy, it's out of his control. I actually even threw some runes on it. He will not be able to extend this. I don't care how many lawyers he has. I don't even know if he can afford lawyers, and drag it out. You know how he's famous for dragging out lawsuits until they just kind of expire or get exhausted or whatever. This is not going to happen. This is going down. This is a wide, what do they call that, umbrella, and RICO charges are coming. The Cy Vance brought in a man, I think his name is Pomerantz, who is the most experienced forensic attorney in RICO charges and money laundering and racketeering. And that man left a practice where he makes lots of money to do this. And he would not do that if there weren't these extraordinary charges coming. When I pulled a rune on this, you know what I got? I got psychic death. And that's talking about the former guy. So there you go. There's a very important bill that's on the table called For the People Act. Amy Klobuchar talks about it. The really, really wonderful act that's going to be a bit of a challenge for the Democrats. It is very long. And part of it that's getting the most publicity is that they are requiring that all future presidents release their taxes. The pubs won't like it because some of the pubs want to run, and they're going to I don't want to release my taxes. But the runes, and the reason I don't do the runes in front of you is because it's kind of time consuming. That's the reason. And I don't think it would be fun for you to wait around and hear silences. So that's the reason. But the runes say it will pass. And this one includes things to correct voting rights, gerrymandering, eliminate the big donors, reduce it to small donors, which, oh my God, we really need that. And election security. This is a powerful and important bill, but it's called For the People Act. The runes say, yeah, it's going to go, even though there's going to be some fighting. And this is my last thing. I kind of feel a responsibility to bring up the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, because he looks like he's in some trouble. They're investigating numbers that weren't reported for people that expired in nursing homes. It's an interesting situation. Now, my understanding, and I don't know everything about this, but my understanding is that this has happened in other states as well, not just New York. It's happened in Florida, and I read about one other state. Tell you our suspicion. There was this big conflict between Cuomo and the former guy. And we know how the former guy attacks people, wants to out people, wants to get people when he has an opponent. I have a suspicion that maybe those numbers were sort of forgotten about as a means not to give Trump ammunition. Sorry, I said his name. Ammunition against Andrew. Just a thought. Please don't attack me. I think Cuomo is winding down his position as governor. And I really hate to say this, and it's really my left ear. Some of the accusations that Andrew Cuomo are receiving from staff, from some women, none of which are as bad as Donald Trump, and none are as many as Donald Trump. Some of there's some truth in it. And I hate to say it. I mean, he didn't grab anybody, but there's some truth. Now, here's something I've observed. Do you remember this very brash attorney named Michael Avenatti? You probably do, where he represented Stormy Daniels. And when he came on the scene, he kind of had this Charles Bronson movie star look, and he had a lot of bravado, and it looked like, oh my God, we've got a superstar here. But we actually didn't. We had a very narcissistic con artist who, bamboozled a lot of people. And now that man, Avenatti, I believe he's facing prison for extortion, money laundering, all kinds of stuff. And he did evidently siphon money from Stormy Daniels. They have no relationship anymore. But here's my observation. And he went after Trump. Oh my God, did he go after Trump? Kind of like Muhammad Ali, bring it on, dude, I'll take you on. But that kind of personality that goes after someone like former guy has a little bit of former guy in them. And I want to say, even though I appreciate what Andrew Cuomo did for New York, and I think he did a great job, okay? I think there's a little bit of Trump in Andrew Cuomo, a little bit. So now I'll probably get some bad. But please remember that I think he did a really good job. All right, so my format blew up, and I have to bring it down so I can read it. It's so big, I can't even read it. All right, Zoom, we're gonna bring it into, sorry guys, I have to take this into Best Buy and have them check some of these things that happen. So now we're at the quotes. This video was a little bit longer than I normally do. And the quotes, I decided to do the quotes on the subject of wisdom. So here's the first one. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. And that's by Socrates. Socrates. Here's the second one. The saddest aspect of life right now is the science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. That's a good one, right? The saddest aspect of life right now is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. And this was said by Isaac Asimov, and not recently. And then the last one, this is Shakespeare, so this explains the language. And it's from his play, As You Like It. The character says, "The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool." That's so great. I mean, Shakespeare, come on. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. So, notes on wisdom. All right, my friends, I'm getting a tooth extracted early next week, so I don't know what that's going to be like, but you probably won't see me for a week. And I say, make peace, make memories, say, wouldn't it be nice? Look for the good evidence. Okay, here we go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.